Well, morning guys, welcome back. I was going to tell you what I'm talking about on the channel today. I forgot. A little bit lacking today, so no coffee. I've gone for an energy drink. Yeah, today, the fear. That was it. How fear affects us. It's controlling. They use propaganda for it. So let's get into today's video and see where it goes, because I've totally forgotten what I've written on my notes. See you shortly. Good morning people, welcome back. So today, the fear. But first, welcome to the new subs. I noticed a few more have joined us in here. As I always say, my content isn't for everybody. Not everybody enjoys it, just the same as I don't enjoy some other contents that people put out. But if you enjoy it, feel free to stick around. We do have a bit of a laugh, got some very loyal supporters, and make yourself known in the comments. Everybody in here is always willing to speak to people, make comments. You don't have to agree with what I say, you know. But anyway, let's get into this today, the fear factor. Now, we've seen this happening over the last few years. You know, there's many sectors trying to control us by fear. The biggest one was the fear over the pandemic. You remember the advice? I'll say advice. You must lock yourselves in your homes or you will die. You must take this that we recommend, or you will die. You must wear a mask, because even you can die for not doing that. Or so they told us. And most of this was installed by a handful of people, stood in front of a camera, spreading propaganda. They caused that much fear in the public that even now people are still feared for it. You know, they've offered now this, and they've offered, not said you've got to take it, they've offered this new jibby jab in the autumn, I think it is. And there will be people lined up like good little junkies to get their fix. Why? Because the fear was installed in them. I mean, my opinion is this thing will cause you more harm than you will benefit from. As far as I'm concerned, I've had the lurgy twice, or what seemed to be the lurgy. I didn't bow to the fear. I didn't queue up anywhere to get stabbed with a needle. I'm still here and I've got plenty of underlying conditions. They're saying they can cure all these new illnesses. You can't even cure the fucking common cold, you pricks. What makes you think you can cure anything that's worse? Controlling by fear. And again, the police use exactly the same tactic. Again, controlled by fear. We've seen this over the last few years. They will turn to violence at the first opportunity to install the fear. And inadvertently, they're causing a lot more fear because people are seeing this and they think they're in fear for their life with any interaction from the police, which they are, in my opinion, on many occasions. And they're out of control. They can't follow the law because most of them don't know it. A bit of advice, police. Laws have to go through Parliament before they're made into law. You don't get to make them up on the spot. And you're starting to learn that now because you're being held accountable for it. But yeah, just a simple interaction with them can cause you harm. Answer: don't interact with them. You know, they've literally, you've only got to watch the footage of the Dos Santos vehicle stop the other day. Before anything happened, an armed copper is at the door, at the window of his car, banging on the window, baton drawn, making threats. Now, I remember when they used to pull you over, it used to be, "Good morning, sir. Why do you think we pulled you over?" Now you're more likely to get a baton and CS gas, well, part of a spray sprayed through your window, aren't you? Because they think they can get away with it. And Police Abusing Powers, Dan, and many other channels, including myself, have always said, now film any interaction with the police. It's for your own safety and to hold them to account when they do get out of control. Now, this copper that started banging on his window and waving his baton round, look how his tack changed. As soon as he realised there was a fixed camera on the car filming him. It was built into the car. He didn't know it was there. It was a Tesla, I think. Now, how different would that interaction have gone down if that camera hadn't been there? We all know. We know exactly how it would have gone down. We've got to hold these people to account, and luckily there are more and more people now willing to stand up, complain to the police about it. And I think any bad interaction with the police, no matter how small, should warrant a complaint. Because the more complaints go in, the more they'll take notice of it. When they do, because they don't seem to take any notice or learn from it. They just carry on as normal and throw the odd one under the bus. So speak up, film the police, complain about the police. And police, you've got to learn that people are fighting back now, and you're not going to get away with your shit like you used to. And then we got the clowns, the scientists, the elite, you know, Gates, Schwabe, people like that, putting you in fear of food shortages and starvation. Well, again, in my opinion, most of this has been manufactured by them. It's nothing to do with a war anywhere in the world. It's manufactured by them. They tell you not to eat meat. You've got to eat bugs. Yes, you can fall ill, very ill, possibly fatally, through eating meat and other foods. But this is more likely to be because of the way it's been prepared and cooked, not because it's meat. And they want us to eat the bugs. Now, look at the science. Go and do your own research, people. Don't take my word for anything. I'd prefer you to go and look for yourselves and then come back and give me your opinions. But the biggest spreader of disease, misery, fatalities in this world, freaking insects. This has been proved year on year for many years now. Insects spread disease, and some very nasty ones. And that's all over the world, not just in specific countries or areas. Insects and bugs spread disease. And they want you to fucking eat them. Food for thought, people. And that pun was intended. And just a quick one, I'll take an extra few minutes to put this one out because I found it hilarious. Total different subject, mainstream media. Now, as you know, I watch it and then go look for the stories behind the stories or read between the lines. Now, I watched an interview live yesterday where they were talking to a woman that was saying that people are going to give up their jobs because they can't find childcare with all the nurseries closing. And this will cost people jobs. And again, putting them in hardship because they haven't got the income they had. And she could not, the interviewer, it was the BBC, I believe. I can't remember her name, blonde woman. She said, how does the lack of childcare make you give up your job? Well, you dumb bitch. Can you not understand the fact that if they've got to sit at home, look after the kids because there's nowhere to send them, they can't work? The intelligence of these so-called intelligent people is unreal. Every time they open their mouths, they let themselves down. But I just wanted to end with that one. I just find that hilarious. But anyway, until the next one, hopefully it'll be tomorrow. As always, thank you for your support, guys. My respects to each and every one of you, and thank you to the guys that have started putting this channel out there. I believe this is why the subs have raised a little bit, and hopefully they'll continue. But as I said at the beginning, my content isn't for everybody. So if you have subbed just to watch a few videos to make up your mind, I won't feel offended if you leave unsub just because you don't like the content or the topics, or even me. I never hold anybody to the channel. It's personal choice. So, to end with, as always, stay safe, stay strong, and stay free from these assholes. Respect, people.